Hey guys, hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about why looking good is important. I'm doing this video because I saw a video that went viral on TikTok. This black guy was talking about why looks matter, and he pretty much, he's an older gentleman now. He's bald and he's overweight, and he's working on this different things in his life because he realized, like, wow, you know, things change and people treat you very different when you look a certain way. So I'm talking about it from more of like, I do fashion video on this channel, and I really try to look good most of the time, because I know it makes me feel good. But on top of that, I'm just trying to inspire other women out there who are not necessarily like small, you know, and to feel confident and also to feel good about dressing up and getting, you know, just looking nice every day. That's might be my whole thing, just sending those vibes out there to all the women, no matter what size you are, to get excited about dressing up and looking good and looking nice. Like, yeah. So that video really touched me, and then I was looking at the comments and stuff on it, and so it was kind of like a 50-50 where people were like, oh, we totally get what you're talking about, like they've been there. And then also people who were like, oh, it's just maybe the people you deal with around you, it's not that serious, it's what's on the inside that matters. And so I just want to kind of chime in my thoughts on it. So the first thing I want to say is that looks are important. I feel that when you take the time to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and all that, it all adds up. So when you walk into a room, people look up and they see you and they smile sometimes, or even greet you, and they start a conversation with you. So I feel like looking good is your first impression. People can say all they want that, oh, it's all about what's on the inside, but we all know, especially in the Western world, that's not the thing. People look at everything and then they decide if they want to give you the time of day, if they want to talk to you. In my 20s, I never thought I was beautiful, and sometimes I would get stares and looks, but I never really got it. And most of the time, if I attracted people, a lot of the times it was not anybody I wanted. So I started feeling like, oh, maybe something's wrong because I'm not attracting people that I want. It's like constant people that I'm just like not physically attracted to. So now, being bigger a little bit, well, I've never been a skinny person, but this is the heaviest that I've been. I've noticed that difference. I've noticed that I just don't get as many looks as I used to get. And people stare, yes, you know, but it's different. Before I was getting way more people approaching me and like trying to talk to me, but now I've noticed a difference, and I'm also older. I mean, I'm in my 40s now. And so it's just different. I've noticed it, but it's not like anything that I'm like crying my eyes out in the middle of the night, because I don't really care. But there was a time when I noticed it. So they would say like there's two things working against me, kind of, but not so much, that I'm a black woman and I'm overweight. So when I walk into the room, you know, I might get looks, but they're like, girl, you know. But anyway, so that really got me into thinking that the treatment makes me realize what the guy's talking about. So when you're not on point 100% everywhere, you know, it's just you're just gonna be treated differently. Notice like sometimes I smile at people and they kind of just look at me. They don't smile back, but that could be a personality issue too, that people are just dealing with their own problems. I don't know. Before, I just noticed people were bubbly towards me more, and it was just like asking me what outfit I was wearing and all that stuff more, but now it's kind of not as much. So I was like, maybe it must be the weight because of that. But anyway, so that was the first thing. The other thing why I feel that looks are very important is how good you feel. I think that when you take the time to dress up, to take care of yourself, good hygiene, to smell good, all this stuff adds up in how you feel on the inside. I'm a mom, and I do try my best to try to look good every single day, but some days I'm just exhausted and I'm just over it, and I want to be left alone. Like, I tie my hair up, put on a t-shirt, shorts, sandals, and go out. You know, I won't even do my eyebrows sometimes because I'm exhausted. So that sometimes, you know, it's hard, but I do try to make that effort because I know what it means when you go into the world and you just don't care about anything of how you look or whatever. People treat you a certain way. One time I've done, you know, test myself, and I've tried doing both where I'm not dressed up as much and I don't care, versus when I put on my little eyebrow, put a little lipstick on, and really look cute and put on a perfume or whatever. I've noticed a treatment. People are just like more nicer. I noticed like guys were like opening, like letting me go first, and they're like saying hello. People are smiling back at me, and it's a complete difference to just when I don't care and I just leave the house. like when I started putting on lipstick more, I just noticed like people are just guys are constantly like saying hello. Not that all this matters, you know, it doesn't matter to me because I am a married a married woman. But anyway, I just noticed, you know, sometimes you just want to be seen and be like, you look nice, you know. So that's another thing that I noticed is like looking good helps you feel better. So when you don't look a certain way, especially the way you want to look, you start feeling down, you know. You're just like, ah, man. So another thing that I saw was another lady on Threads. She wrote a thing where she said when she turned 50 plus, she noticed like the compliments disappeared. Nobody like even came her way to say hello, and she just noticed a big change. And yeah, I think that plays a role. I mean, I am older, and you know, people. But the funny thing is, like a lot of younger guys do look at me and they want to approach me, and I'm kind of like, I'm an old lady. Like, what are you doing? You know, but she said that, you know, she felt invisible, and so that's a whole nother topic with aging, and especially in this country. But you know, it's almost like people don't respect aging, and they kind of just cancel you out when you're getting older and stuff like that. So that happens. But so for me, I just understood where the guy was coming from, and I just wanted to just say that it's true, you know, for somebody to talk to you and to say something, sometimes it takes them looking at you, and you are like the physical is the first impression. Sometimes people can look at you somewhere and, you know, they had a job offer and they're like, hey, I like how you look. And they talk to you, they know your personality, they're like, hey, you know, I got a job for you. Sometimes that's all it takes. When you give like the look that you don't care, people maybe treat you that way too. Also, Monique a couple of years ago talked about how she was against the whole thing about leaving your house in a bonnet. Those things that's me. Like, I would never leave the house in a bonnet. I would never leave the house in my pajamas or just old dirty slippers, because I know that for me, that's not the presentation that I want to give. So when I go outside, I make sure to look decent, to look nice, to put my lotion on, to like just the basics. But some people, you know, don't do this, and then they get mad when people are not even like approaching them and stuff like that. So it's all adds up. It's very important to look good. I try to do fashion videos on here to encourage women, you know, who are not certain size. Like, hey, it still doesn't matter, you know, get your clothes, find out what works for your body, try your best to dress as nice as you can. It's not about money, but put yourself together so that at least people are not going, oh my gosh, she can't even dress, and look at, you know. And people can say, you know, nobody cares. It's all about you. Like, nobody cares what people think. But unfortunately, there's certain if you have goals in life, there's certain things that require you talking to people. So sometimes people won't give you that time of day because you look a certain way. Like, so for me, it's been since I was younger. Like, my mom always taught me, like, look nice, smell good, you know, and she's a perfect example of that. Always put together everywhere she goes. She smells good, you know. So for me, that's my thing. Like, I want to make an effort every single day to look nice, to look good. And, you know, I definitely, you know, if you don't like your weight, you have to work on it. So I'm trying to work on mine, but all this stuff do add up into how people treat you. And a lot of people that were looking good, you know, mentioned how they got free stuff. They were invited to a lot of places because of that. So all this stuff do add up and into saying that looks matter, and people give you that first conversation, first impression because of how you look. It's unfortunate in the world that we live in, but it's one of the first things. So that was just my 2 cents in it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.